What I call back from that short break. So I have one of Ghana's finest. One was my relationship experts was Studio Harmonium. Or yeah, me mates from school and a colleague in the industry. Kelly.
Hi.
Akwaba.
Good to be here.
Good to have you here.
Same. Been a while though. You good?
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm good.
Right,
How are you two?
I'm handsome.
Oh, you're handsome. As for handsome, you're handsome.
Thank you very much.
As for handsome, you're handsome.
Thank you.
So, Kelly, we're talking.
Right.
Now, Kelly, where to find a tree?
Because it's not going to be polished, I just do my English.
It's not going to be polished.
Yeah, I could try a little bit here and there.
But you'll try, mom. Then you be when you look for broccoli. Try, mom.
I'll try. Right.
So last week we had a discussion here, but Yemfinsi.
Okay.
About the celebrity marriages and relationships. We focused more on the breakups.
Right.
What is possibly causing the breakups.
Right.
I believe on your celebrities pay no one hour.
True.
But most of my words are on sharing away good. I don't know ya tete no. Celebrity be wara watch her 2 years. Now we're nigu. 1 year. Now we're nigu.
Right.
In fact, that night honeymoon, the first night na
they break up that same day.
Nan samasha say orupepwe. And the part we got to last week,
Right.
I asked about finances. When you check a lot of people's social media platforms, it portrays them to be doing very well financially. So out there, people think or people believe that every celebrity is making it big. Is it Azar? Oman disappointed when they get into the marriage and they realize that it is not how it is being portrayed?
Okay, thank you very much for the asking, and again, I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you.
Truth be told, nobody posts their struggles, their challenges, their hard times on social media under normal circumstances.
Our celebrities do it all the time. The moment there are issues in their marriages, it's all over social media.
Truth be told, there are two reasons why people put negative news on social media, celebrity or not. It's either soliciting for desperate help, where it's a situation of medical bills to be sorted out, or it's a situation of going through something and you create sarcasm out of it.
Hello,
Oh no, it's everywhere. It hardly happens, but it does happen. That's if ever.
Hey, it's celebrities. Ghana harmonium celebrities here. When I will na do olugwa. No, I bet na what can an Instagram. Now why a live watch and you fuya robe, but no watch one idea.
Everybody does. Oh no. See, there's no. Let's establish something. There's nothing called a celebrity lifestyle. Nobody is a celebrity in this world. Whether you're in Gollywood or Hollywood or whichever wood, nobody is a celebrity. There's only one celebrity I know about. He's God himself. He's the only one who deserves the accolade of being the celebrated one.
Okay.
Everybody else is working progressively to become a better version of themselves. If I tell you as a counselor and a relationship consultant that I am, the magnitude of troubles most celebrities have confidentially known to me, you won't call them celebrities. They know I won't call them celebrities. I don't even consider myself as one as much as I might be called one. I just call myself a public servant. A celebrity. Yeah. A celebrity void of consistent public service. What are you what is it that we are celebrating you about? Or what's worth celebration around your life? The fact that you're on TV doesn't make you a celebrity. I can't count how many times I'm on TV every week. It doesn't make me a celebrity. Am I proffering solutions? Are people's lives getting better because of their contacts with me? When they meet me, do they get blessed? Or I give them a shade of I'm up there and they are low there?
Have people told you that when they meet these celebrities, they don't feel blessed, their lives don't get better?
Most of the time, it's a negative report we get. It's either that they look down on them. Some even don't even want to take selfies. Some, I'm not saying most. I mean, I have a few people who are my friends who we share the same value systems. So those kind of people are exonerated, or the people who I don't know. But I'm telling you that a large number of these celebs are not well cultured in the first place. So if you're not well cultured as a person, how do you get a cultured marriage? Because marriage is not what we agree to do together. People get that wrong. Marriage is not what we agree to do together. Marriage is who I am, who you are, and what would naturally exhibit without anyone noticing or without being told. That is what it means to cohabit. That is what it means to share a life with someone. It's not just what we plan to do. We can plan to do something, but if it's not in you, you can't give what you don't have. I can't give what I don't have. My natural propensity is all about who I am when no one is looking. And so if I can't manage my life as a person, when I say manage my life, is to be resourceful to my life and the direct environmental positions and situations that my position occupies, how then do I manage a marriage? It's almost impossible for a marriage like that to work. And that is it. Many people don't even know what marriage is about. Most people think that marriage is about paying bills, having good sex, and fantastic company with raising children with holidays at least once or twice a year. Zero.
What is it?
That's not even marriage. That's not even. We've not even started discussing marriage at all.
What is
None
marriage?
of the things I said is marriage related.
What is marriage?
It's marriage enhanced, but not marriage in itself.
So what is marriage?
Okay, so marriage is the individualistic understanding of who you are and understanding the purpose of your life, first of all. Then finding someone who also knows who he is or who she is, understanding the purpose of their lives, and then we amalgamating purposes. We coming together to say, this is what I want to achieve in this life. This is what you want to achieve in this life. What do we do together, collecting like terms that will give the person who gave us life all the glory? That is marriage. So marriage is not actually for you.
Okay.
It's not for me. It's not for us. Marriage is not for the couple. No. Marriage is not for the couple. Marriage is for the glory of the one who brought the couple together. Because we didn't institute marriage.
No, God did.
We came to meet it here.
Yeah.
So what is his original plan for marriage? Not what do we want.
So these celebrities who get married, they don't even know what marriage is.
If they know what I just explained, we will not have one divorce in the industry. One. We won't have a separation. Because you see, if you go in there for all the right reasons, you'd have no reason to opt out. But if you go in for all the wrong reasons, you have multiple reasons why you can't stay together.
What if I, as a person, me, so me, as a female, I know all the right reasons to get into marriage, but then the man doesn't, and we still end up marrying?
You're wrong. You don't know all the right reasons. If you know all the right reasons, me who is toxic to your life should not be chosen. It's not okay for one person to be right. Look, if you're a bad woman, debut, if you are a bad woman, even if they give you Angel Michael from the throne of God, the marriage will not work.
Who is a bad woman?
A bad woman or a toxic woman, I would say. There's no bad person. They're just toxic people. And toxicity doesn't mean that you are dangerous. It just means that you are not fit for the context you want to put you into.
Dangerous? Dangerous how?
Okay. This is a toxic person or marriage. I may not have any bad traits. But if I don't understand my character traits, and I don't understand your character traits, by the time we agree to be married, we'll be toxic to each other. Not because we are bad people. Look, two good people can come together and still have a very, very bad marriage.
That's very true.
Two good, well-meaning people, fantastically intended people, can decide to have a marriage and the marriage can crash within 2 weeks. In fact, it can crash on the wedding day. What makes a marriage toxic is the ignorance of the individuals involved as individuals, as personalities, or as the team put together. Because Theo, before I met you, I was running my life and I didn't divorce myself. I didn't get fed up of myself. I didn't work out on myself. I was managing my life the way I was and I was fine. Then I met you. And things began to have question marks in my life. Why? We did not sit down to calculate what it takes to understand our individualities and then our mutual factors. If you don't understand who you are, why should you add somebody else's life to yours? You've not finished figuring yourself out. That's why, as a relationship consultant, I say there are 3 types of marriages. No, sorry, 3 types of counseling.
Okay.
The first is personal counseling. The second is premarital counseling. The third is marital counseling or postmarital counseling. So before you even say you found someone, go for counseling by yourself. They don't do that.
Them premarital counseling. What about now? What you?
You see, premarital counseling is the kind of counseling, again, let me say this before I even explain that to you. You don't find someone, fix a date, get pregnant, and bring yourself to a counselor for counseling before wedding. There's no counseling to be done. You're a couple already. You've finished everything. Marriage counseling, premarital counseling is not a counseling that helps you to work together. No, that's not the essence.
What does it do?
The essence of premarital counseling is to reveal yourself to yourself or yourselves to yourself to see if you are worthy to be in a relationship.
Okay.
That's premarital counseling. So if you are worthy after the counselor has checked plus or minus, he says, okay, I think you guys can begin a relationship. Or I think you guys are worthy to get married. Most of the time, they would have finished buying things and having the invitations out. And then they go to a counselor to counsel. Counsel over what? You're already a couple. So premarital counseling is a counseling that reveals to two of you who you are and to diagnose whether or not this relationship or this proposed union is worthy of being embarked on. But most of the time, that's not what many people call counseling. The average person goes for counseling 6 months to their wedding day, not 6 months to beginning a relationship. From the moment you believe, you are beginning to connect with a person, and you can see mutuality. Go for counseling. Just go for counseling. This is what we intend. Oh, listen, if we admit we like each other and we want to build a future together, I'm not talking about marriage. Go for counseling immediately. Okay, this is what you're going to find out in counseling. Who is this person you want to start a relationship with?
Counselor who the person
based on the statistics you guys bring to the table, hoping you don't lie, because a lot of people think they are deceiving the counselor so that it just works well and they get married. But 2 months down the line into the marriage, they are back to the counselor again to say it's a spoil.
What are these statistics?
Personality traits, mutual tendencies, mutual purposes, or compatible purposes. Compatibility does not mean that we must always have the same things. Compatibility just means that regardless of what you do and how you do it, it falls in sync with what I also do and choose to do. So if I'm a medical doctor, I mustn't marry another medical doctor for us to work. I might marry a sports person who likes to see my medical career grow and whose sports career I'd love to see advance. So at every sports activity of hers, I must create time to be there to support, to show that I'm interested in her growth and her advancement in that area. That's compatibility. Compatibility is not similarity. That's something people don't understand.
Kelly?
Yes.
Supposing I'm in a relationship with you, I need a counselor,
right,
to let me understand how compatible we are before I know that I need to support what you're doing.
You see, because we assume we know what it takes to make a relationship work, we do it on our own. Naya boka, bebre, and then we now unconsciously begin to share our encounters with our friends and families. That the relationship in which I am, this is what I'm facing and this is what I'm facing. And then finally, when it gets so toxic and so terrible, you go to MOPA, or you go to Alpha Hour.
This is what I believe.
Or you then look for a counselor.
A toxic person is a toxic person.
A toxic person to you is a fantastic person for someone else.
You may be compatible with somebody, but the person will still be toxic.
That's why I said compatibility is not similarity.
I know this guy, right? Surprisingly, today I nearly called this person.
Right.
And I didn't make the call because I stood there and I was like, the call I'm going to make, I know I am not going to get an advice, but I need an advice. I know I'm not going to get an advice because this is a type of person that when he's about you, your enemy is his enemy.
I get
Anybody who offends you,
bias.
Anybody who offends you has offended him automatically. He doesn't have to know the person. If I'm talking to him and I say that, Kelly,
he doesn't need to know who Kelly
he doesn't
is.
have
Kelly
to
is
know
already an enemy.
Kelly is already an enemy.
So,
and the next time I mention Kelly, it will be that fucking guy. No.
When I meet him,
meanwhile,
I'll deal with him.
he doesn't know Kelly.
Right.
So I know that when I hatch a negative plan and I'm calling him, I'm not getting, oh, don't do it. Oh, as for this thing. I'll get, how do I support? How are we going to do it? How are you going to do like that? Now, this person is not just with me. If you see him and his wife, they can sit and hatch a plan. He is one of the most toxic people I have ever met in my entire life.
Right.
His wife knows that he's toxic, but they have that kind of marriage that you sit there and you watch them, and in your head, this thing is sweet.
He's not toxic. They are compatible.
So if I'm compatible with a person, I'm not toxic.
Let me give you an example of negative compatibility. Till an armed robber who gets married to a prostitute is a fantastic relationship.
Okay.
It's a fantastic relationship, but it's a negative, toxic relationship, but fantastically harmonious. Let me explain. Whilst the prostitute gets a client who has money, taking her to his house for the night show, upon getting there, the prostitute texts her armed robber boyfriend or husband,
okay.
Charlie, house number this and that. In fact, this is the Google map. This is how we entered. So tiptoe from the main gate to the distance. The security man is always on the right-hand side. This is what to do. They are in the process of doing what they are doing, and then the armed robber husband comes with his gang, executes the plan, gives the girl a few slaps to make it look real, steals the money and goes home. The client now sends the prostitute away to say, look, I'm not in a good mood, go. The prostitute says, oh, sorry about what happened. She goes home. They share the booty. They are fine. That's a very, very collaborative marriage. So that's mutuality. That's compatibility. Nothing beats that.
Kelly.
Nothing, that's fantastic.
Kelly.
But is it to the good of the general at the end of the day? The question is no. The answer is no.
People.
Right.
Arranged marriages, which most of the time works than the one that you go and sit there and they will cancel you and you people will fight.
I know.
And this one will block that person and that person will block this person and they will go and meet somewhere and they will fight and all that. Is it not because our
be informed decisions? The power of informed decisions. Say, Onim said this person is bad and he's bad enough for your peace, you are fine. I know of a woman who celebrated her 50th birthday and the husband bought her the latest Mercedes-Benz at that time, maybe 6 years ago or 7 years ago. And some people who know the father, the husband's chronic womanizing states, ask this lady, you know how this man is with women. Why do you still stay in this marriage? And the marriage looks blossoming. And she said, I met this guy at 16 when he was 18. I knew him with all the women back then, but he chose me. Regardless of all the women he had, it's me he chose, and he has not left me ever since then. He goes, does his thing, but he comes to respect his home. I don't have a problem with that. That is somebody's mindset. That same act can ruin a marriage from in the first 1 month. But somebody else has carried it for 31 years and is fine with her.
So with what she said.
Right.
Is it not up to a person to decide that I'm staying in this marriage no matter what? Instead of just going to counseling and thinking, we've gone to counseling, we've gone to... Why? When people go for all this counseling, I
will explain. There's a difference...
No, wait.
Okay. Oh, counseling doesn't give solutions to the marriage if you're not willing to listen.
But if
you listen, if you both listen, can two work together except they agree? If you both listen, it will work well.
Who is a counselor?
So a counselor is a person trained academically to oversee the understanding of human behavior, making sure that two people, or one, well, we're talking marriage now, two people have a full understanding of what they are going into before they go into it. A marriage counselor's job is not to give you instructions on how your marriage should work. As a matter of fact, a marriage counselor is like an X-ray machine that shows to you, hey, you're about to enter into a marriage. From my estimation, this is what will happen. Just like climate, forecasts. So like this is what is going to happen. So check it.
Hold on, ma'am.
Right.
Right. Pocho, your boy phone lines, no numbers, no na ogu screen, no the nebutum na afre. Na contribution another question be a pede bisano. Wasumpo ezatuga inti. Pocho ebutum na afre. Kelly.
Right.
Ame. Ame mutnehi.
Right.
I don't believe in counselors.
That's fantastic.
I'm coming.
That's okay.
I don't believe in counselors.
That's okay.
But
will you counsel your daughter?
I'm coming. But no, that's why I asked you, who is a counselor?
So I've not even finished before you cut me though.
The person, in fact, I have people like that. People who have been in marriage for 60 years, people who have been in marriage for 40 years. I think the youngest people, the youngest married people that I speak to, they've been in marriage for about 28, between 28 and 30 years.
Okay.
These are the people that I personally go to for counseling, for myself, and then sometimes relationship. Mpocho, I will hold on. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Mpocho, who's in the baby referee?
Meeting the coffee for fear, make us a fabric.
Coffee for fear, Mpocho, yeah, that's it. I join in. Mpocho, why don't you? And now question a pedibisa. Hello.
Oh, okay.
Kofi, Mpocho, what TV no lower volume no? Not take more phone no instead. Aye. Hello, Kofi. Unfortunately, you lose Kofi. Mpocho say Efra, but more than na low. What TV no volume no? Na yankasa wo phone no do aye. Yeah, Kelly. Right. Now, what I get from these people are practical experience. Sometimes it differs. When I speak to a 60-year, somebody who has been in marriage for 60 years, the advice they give me is way different from when I speak to the couple who have been in marriage for between the 28 and 30 years. And this is based on work and then experience. Remember, I have somebody on the line. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Wafa. Mpocho, who's in a baby free?
I'm free Kaswa.
Eh, Kaswa to Riasi. Mpocho, why don't you now question if it is, sir?
Imagine today.
Okay, Mpocho, me too.
Me see. The canon one day, and no, no. You see, this time, no age now, you woman, no counseling, no. I'm saying, boy, because before the counseling, pura, how much yada. And the only thing they say, even after the marriage, if they can be process of still counseling, one I don't know because answer number one say, oh man, da, you say so na wo. Wow. And sometimes the best way say when they have the age that penny for or met me I could come and change. Now I recommend you about for 40 years, 50 years, 30 years, 20 years. No matter seeking advice from them. Saying because there is no marriage. Most of things there are challenges up and downs. So that is the small contribution I will contribute.
Mpocho, that's it. Pa. Kelly.
What he said, in fact, I support what he said, Pa. But you see, there's a difference between a happy marriage and a fulfilled marriage. The general definition of marriage is peaceful cohabitation. That's not marriage. The average 95% of the human beings on earth see marriage as peaceful cohabitation. As long as we are not fighting, as long as you are happy and I'm happy, we are fine. That's not marriage. That's a happy marriage. There's a difference between a happy marriage and a fulfilled marriage.
On that, hold on. Right. I have somebody on the line. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Pocho, who's in a baby free? Okay, Nat. Pocho, yeah, too.
No, can't be there. No, can't be there. Our friend there. Our there for cancer now. So be don't worry. And I in the baby after there. Don't worry. Now, me the reason why I was there. For cancer. And at the same time, listen. Our friend then. Our listen. The PD advisor. I mean to me. I was there. It's advice from Obia, our marriage, our 40 years experience and 30 years experience. But take company or 5 years, 3 years experience now. Me free there on to me more good advice. I'm a smart man, maybe sad. And that's a fair nice field or not.
Pocho Darcy. Kelly,
I have a question.
Kelly Merba. Kelly Merba. This thing of me not believing in a no minimum counselors be.
Right.
Benyin ne be saying in our counselors. Na Kelly,
and it's not working.
A quarter one.
I have
20 years in a boxing ring.
No problem. I have a question.
And these people will still sit there and counsel people and they will talk all sweet. And I'm like, really?
Abba, listen. A counselor is not a saint too. He's not a saint. But let me ask you this question. Have you seen an over 60-year-old person attentively listening to the prescription and advice and counseling of a 21-year-old medical doctor?
Oh,
no, it's not different. Hold on. Let me land.
So let me answer you. Doctor, no.
Let me
experience.
Exactly.
Hold on.
I'm coming.
Experience.
Hold on. Can I at least finish? Meba, do you agree that a over 60-year-old can attentively listen and adhere to the Meba? You agree that you listen to someone who has gone to study for 7 years, a doctor? You agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Do you agree also that doctor who is administering whatever to the 60-year-old might be suffering the same ailments of which he's treating somebody else for? Exactly my point. Exactly my point. The truth is, I'm saying that's why I said no counselor is a saint. If you can listen, do you know that most makeup artists don't make up?
Most makeup artists don't make up, yes.
Do you know that? Exactly. Like that. Do you know that most hairstylists have rough hair? What I'm trying to say is this. Listen, it is you who needs help. You either go for help or suffer or endure the consequences. He's not God. Those are unfortunate cases. Those are unfortunate cases.
There's a possibility that now we're in yet.
You see, most of the time, many people who are counselors now, who are having such issues, weren't counselors when they got married. So they chose wrong. See, there's nothing you can do if the foundation is wrong.
But Kelly, me be a question. Instead I'm counselor say I can now today. Mo we share book.
Yes. Yes.
And on woman stick to mbre one kokra
See. There's no one way to how to have a successful. What makes a marriage A work is different from what makes a marriage B work.
Thinking a couples more PD, I have a lot. The catch that sometimes advice I mean from those who have been married for 60 years is way different from those who have been married for almost 30 years. When you say you are going to get
advice, advice is.
I can use counseling.
No. You can.
I can use the word counseling.
No. It's not even about the word. You see, are they counseling you on? You see, I was trying to define the difference between a happy marriage and a fulfilled marriage the other time.
Define.
So I've talked to you about a happy marriage. Now let me tell you what a fulfilled marriage is. A fulfilled marriage is two people coming together to do as God ordained for them based on their individual purposes, coming together for God's own purpose. That means I am coming into this relationship with you for what He wants both of us to do for Him, not what we want to do for each other. That's where we miss it.
Memo 2 minutes. Erica say, "I found my final words." What's my time?
Final words, pa.
What's my time?
Well, I can't answer all the questions here. Truth is, on Instagram, I am at Kelly Daniels Office, right? Just follow at Kelly Daniels Office on Instagram. Ask me whatever questions you want to ask me by your DM at Kelly Daniels Office on Instagram, okay? We can't finish it all here. Just go.
We can't finish it all
here,
yes.
Yes, at Kelly Daniels Office on Instagram. But this is my last statement.
Okay.
Until you do it God's way, you will not get it the right way. So find out. I'm a very, very spiritual person. Until you find out God's original plan for who you are with, you can't get it right. It may look like it, but until you get it God's way, you can't get it right. Don't forget that whoever you marry is who your children call daddy and mommy. And marital traits are transgenerational. If you get it wrong with your spouse, your children are at a high 99% risk of copying same and worse. So be meticulous about who you choose, why you choose the person, and the kind of person you want your children to call father or mother. Very important.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Kelly.
I hope I've been able to bless someone anyway.
I am your the 3 hours for this conversation. I am your papa the 3 hours for this
We'll
conversation.
do it again another time then.
Definitely, definitely. So that was Kelly Daniels, a relationship and marriage consultant.
And family advocate.
And family advocate.
Right.
Good, good, good. Mizin William the only guy in the industry, Aba guy. Yami ad watchna. Yabasansu Yeshia, na yabra another interesting discussion. Have a good evening.